curious about the cultural side of this. So, for example, you create an experience like this. You create a globe, a digital globe, and you know, in TRT project, Turkish people come, users come and touch the screen, and then they are linked to that specific content on that specific country. So, what do you think? Like, in a matter of time, do you think those will differ from country to country or culture to culture, the experiences you create? Like, people will own them, and you know, are we going to name those experiences specific for Turkish people, specific for like UK? What do you think?
Obviously, like I feel.
Or is it universal?
Yeah, it's universal at one point, but then every person has that thing that makes you different than the other person, and which is the experience, the cultural background, the traditions, the the surroundings, the environment. So at the end of the day, each and every single platform in the metaverse is going to differ one way or the other, even though content-wise or technology-wise, it's going to be similar. But you'll be able to see more of that culture if it being in Turkey, like we could actually see or experience historical monuments. But these historical monuments, we worked on a very similar project to that. And what we've done is take a historical monument, like a museum, and turn that into an integration between the historical part and the sci-fi part. So half of it was historical, the other half was completely submerged into something completely different. And
to add to that as well, with the sort of the hybrid, that we created. Another thing is with the emergence of AI and machine learning, there's a lot of power that comes with the ability to have very specific customization for each single individual within the metaverse.
True.
So for example, you can train an AI system, an algorithm, through machine learning. You can train it as to your specific preferences. So for example, the more you visit a space and the more you prefer, for example, the color red as opposed to the color blue, the AI learns this over time. And then your experiences can become customized to your own preferences. And I think that can change the way we actually psychologically see the world. Your psychological disposition is often based on your experiences with the world. And if your experiences, as Begüm was speaking about earlier, are more positive, your outlook is more positive. So this actually can then affect your mental health as well, right? And this is actually part of another study we're doing, which is a sort of comprehensive study on the metaverse and XR, working with neuroscientists, psychologists, biologists, epidemiologists, and other scientists, just to figure out exactly how XR affects the human body and how we, as a company, can enhance that and not, negatively impact that. But I think that's very important. Jean, you brought that up. How it can actually be specified to each single individual and how they experience the metaverse. I think through AI and machine learning, that's exactly what's going to happen.
And that's how actually we started. Most of our creations are procedurally created. So it means that each and every person could potentially have different result of the same process. And that's the beauty of having proceduralism and algorithms inputted as parameters based on your parameters. You might like red, I might like white, but then at the end, the generator will create something based on what you like and based on what I like, and it's going to be two different products.
So we're creating a fully algorithmic, parametric process that makes your project almost uncomparable to another.
Yes.
So that's how you're creating unique experiences for the companies that are not similar to their within the same companies in the same industry or the experience. Also, that's important part of creating the correct experience. So making it unique. So each project that we create needs to be unique and that is uncomparable within each other and within the same style.